Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we're gonna talk about the organization that called Election Commission. This organization is responsible for the election in all states in Malaysia. They have to responsible because to make the election become fair and equitable during the voting process. The establishment of this election commission is a mandate from our former Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir bin Mohamad. This election commission is under jurisdiction of Prime Minister's office. The election commission has remained until now, which it is about 63 years from the establishment of this organization, which is on 4 September 1957 in the article of 114 of the Malaysian
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Afiq Ashraf bin Jamali from class EM 1103B. So today I will talk about the history of Malaysian Election Commission. Okay, Malaysian Election Commission, or commonly known as SPR within the resident of Malaysia, or in Malay is Suruhanjaya Pilihan Raya. The Malaysian Election Commission was established on 4th September 1957 according to the Article 114 in Federal Constitution of Malaysia. At the beginning of the establishment of the Malaysian Election Commission, or SPR, the body itself only incorporate by one chairman and two members only. The first chairman of Malaysian Election Commission is Yang Berbahagia Datuk Dr. Mustafa Al-Bakri bin Haji Hassan, and while Mr. Lee Yew Boon and Mr. Dit Singh is the 2% of the members of the commission. They are the three first person was that involved in the Malaysian Election Commission. Because of the formation of Malaysian in 1963, Yang Bahagia Datuk Abang Haji Marzuki bin Noor has become the new member of the Election Commission. Starting by that, the Malaysian Election Commission already has increased their number of members from 2 to 3 members. So Yang Bahagia Datuk Abang Haji Marzuki bin Noor has become the representative from Sabah and Sarawak. After that, due to an alter in the Malaysian Federal Constitution, which is in Article 114 Section 1, the Election Commission must be comprised by one chairman, one deputy chairman, and 5 members. Those members, which is chairman, deputy chairman, and 5 members, will be appointed by YDPA, which is Yang di-Pertuan Agong, after having a conferring with the Conference of Rulers of Malaysia. Due to that, Mr. Abdul Rahman bin Hassan has become the first deputy chairman of Malaysian Election Commission. Besides that, in order to make sure the Election Commission is successfully express their function, the Election Commission has formed a secretariat body, which is headed by secretary. The first commission secretary is H. Kasidi, who served from 1957 until 1958. So the next topic is the vision and mission of Malaysian Election Commission. The vision of the SPR is to be an excellent democratic election management institution that is trusted by citizens, so that they want to become a body that is the most trusted by the citizen to handle election in Malaysia. The mission of the SPR is to carry the parliamentary democratic system and to guarantee the rights of the citizen to elect their representative by managing, regulating and conducting free and fair election. This is clearly shows that SPR is a body that is separated from the political parties, including that the SPR also wants to make sure all the citizens are fulfilling their rights to elect the representative at their state or at their district also on. So this is the current organization chart in Malaysian Election Commission. The chairman is Yang Berbahagia Datuk Abdul Ghani bin Saleh. Deputy chairman Yang Berusaha Dr. Azmi Syarul. Those 5 members in Malaysian Election Commission is Yang Berbahagia Datuk Ni Ali bin Mat Yunus, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Jing Pai Yong, Puan Zoe Randawa, Yang Berusaha Dr. Mak Faisal Syam bin Abdul Aziz, and the last one is Yang Berbahagia Datuk Awang Syahri bin Encik Muhammad Nazir. The current secretary organizational chart is led by Datuk Ikhalruddin bin Ishak, and there are a lot of director in the secretary body, which is director in every state. As example for Kelantan, for Johor, for Penang and so on.
Assalamualaikum and good evening to my respectful lecturers, Sir Shafiq. My name is Ahmad Kasfi bin Muhammad Abdullah from AM 110 and 3B. For my part is the functions of Election Commission in Malaysia. For the first function, the Commission conduct general election to the House of Representatives and the State Legislative Assemblies. It began with the Election Commission issue a writ to start nomination days, to inform about the nomination days. And after the nomination day, they will start print out the ballot papers, including the each party's logo within it, whether BN, PAS or PBM. And then they will start posting the ballot paper for the postal vote. And it will begin by the campaigning process, which is we start with the undi awal by the military and police officer, and 4 days after that the public polling will start, and after the public polling the ballots paper will be counted together, and the candidates and the officer who in charge there will sign the form 14 to verify the result, and they will publish the result after everything is tallying confirmed at the tallying center. The result will be announced. The second function of the Election Commission include carrying out the registration exercise, and this was practiced since it was established in 14 September 1957. Any person who has reached the age of 21 has the right to register himself as a voter within the time prescribed for the Election Commission's intent. Typically, such registration exercise is carried out once a year, even though if the Election Commission sees the need for more, the more can be kept. So it depends on the Election Commission organization to handle the registration exercise, where no matter how many times they want, if needed. Various procedures are also set out by the Election Regulation 1971. It's involved the conduct of registration exercise. Next, on July 25, 2019, the qualified age for voting had to be decreased from 21 to 18 years old, and it's been permit and agreed by the ministry in Prime Minister Office, Mr. Lee View Kyong, and hopefully the young generation going to have their votes in upcoming 15 general election. Okay, for the third function, the Election Commission hold the duty to implement the reviewing of boundaries of parliamentary and state constituencies. The Election Commission undertakes to review the electoral district at intervals of not less than 8 years from the date of completion of the date last review. And the review must be completed within 2 years from the date of commencement of the review. And then the review of the electoral district of the state legislative assembly is carried out at the same time as the review of the electoral district of the parliament. For example, certain principles are laid down in the constitution which the election commission must adhere in carrying out the demarcation exercise. The recommendation of the election commission shall be submitted to the prime minister, who shall then submit it to the parliament for approval.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Aidil Hakimi bin Muhammad Yusuf from AM103B. Today I will make a view about my presentation about the proposed improvement of the Malaysian Election Commission. So about my part, my idea or my proposed improvement based on the issue that has been discussed by the community, such as voting age limit, about the participation of the society in the election, and last one is the vote is secret. So for the first one is voting age limit. As we all know that in the future, Malaysia will set voting age limit in 18 years old, and this thing will be implemented by July 2021. Because of this matter, some community give their opinion that this idea were not relevant to be implemented because of the some reason. For example, they worry that a person who is in 18 years old might make a wrong decision in order to choose the government. They said like this because they think the person were not fully matured in the politics, especially in the Malaysian politics. So for the idea or proposed improvement, I think voting age limit can be set to 25 years old. For me, this age limit were relevant because mostly the person in the 25 years old were fully matured and open-minded in order to make their decision in the politics. Next is about the participation of the society in the election that has been held. Nowadays we can see there are a lot of people and some communities will not participate in the election. This thing happened because of there are some community and some people were not clearly and truly understand about the election system. So Malaysian Election Commission must take responsible to tell them, to guide them in order for their understand the Malaysian election system, and they will participate in the election in the future. For example, Malaysian Election Commission can use a method such as giving a complete material, which is in the complete material will tell about their right in the election. Next, Malaysian Election Commission also can apply the voter education system in the school so that the future society can be more clearly about the system, and this thing must be taken seriously by the Malaysian Election Commission. Lastly, the improvement that can be made by the Malaysian Election Commission is based on the issue of vote is secret. Any vote that has been made by the person or communities during the election were totally secret, and any party or any person should not interfere this matter. It is because secret ballot can be assumed as a legitimacy of a government that been appointed in any election that conducted by the state that practice a democratic system. So, for example, if this matter cannot be handled by the government, how the people and society will give their trust to government, and this thing will lead to a lot of bad situations, such as chaos in the management. So, in order to avoid this thing from happen in the future, Malaysian Election Commission must take a serious action and must take a responsible by make communities feel confident towards the government. For example, Malaysian Election Commission can post any poster that tells the society that your vote is secret during the election season. So that's all from me. Thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So, I am here to say about the conclusion, which the conclusion is clear that with an existence of such an organization will make an electoral process in a clean stage and avoid illegal activities such as the existence of ghost voters and corruption in vote tending. Overall, if we want to achieve justice in the country, we must create an organization like this so that we can prevent bad things from happening and succeed the while and oppressive candidates to govern our country. That's all from us. Thank you very much.